Good afternoon and welcome
Good
back
morning.
to
Real
Real
talk.
Real Talk.
I forget.
I gotta commit. I think you gotta work on holding the mic closer.
I don't want to be so loud though.
Guys, I brought Jenna and I
Oh yeah.
caramel frappes. I can't wait to finish it. They're so bus.
And she also got me my birthday present.
I did because it was her birthday last week.
Only
Thursday.
3 days late.
I'm horrible at that kind of stuff.
No, it's fine.
Okay, I got her. You tell them what I got you.
She got me these black flare pants. Oh, my dogs are out. These black
The people
flare
love
pants.
that.
Oh no, we're gonna get so many comments. Okay, bad idea. Anyway, she got me a black flare pants that I've been wanting forever. Because my ones from Walmart are way too short. So you can see my ankles. It's kind of embarrassing. But I really like flare pants. So I'm glad I got those. And then I got flower hair clips.
But mini ones.
Yeah, for all my beachy outfits. And when I go to Florida, I can braid it and then stick them in. So I'm excited about that. And then I got new makeup brushes. Because the ones I've had since 8th grade. So. And I'm really bad at cleaning them, so I'm glad I got new ones.
That's true. I don't know if I've ever cleaned my brushes.
I have wipes to clean them, but I don't think they work very well. So I'm so happy I got new ones.
Anyways, also some word of advice for people who are struggling to find their friends a gift. I recommend making an Amazon wish list so that they can just add to their cart what you added to your list.
Yeah,
it's just convenient. It's just nice because you're getting them something that they've looked at and that they kind of want.
Yeah, so. And it's still kind of a surprise because I had 15 things on there, and she got to choose which ones she wanted to get me. So
did it disappear after I added them to my cart?
I don't think so.
You should check at some point.
Yeah.
Have to check now. Jenna, also we decided to start a little Bible study, and when we did that, Jenna surprised me with a new journal. I don't know if you can see it. It's super cute. And it'll come in handy for when I work at camp, because when we do we have a time to do Bible time stuff. And there's little verses at the bottom of each page, so that if I run out of things to talk about, I can talk about the verse that's at the bottom, which is actually really cool. So it'll also come in handy for the podcast.
Yeah.
For the BVOTD. Okay. I should have read through some of these before I decided, because I decided just to read the one on the cover, but I'm sure a lot of these are actually also really good. And then maybe we can talk about what we're doing our Bible study on. Okay, so the Bible verse is Proverbs 31 verse 25, and it says, "She is clothed with No, she's not. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come." I think this one is really good and really important. I feel like recently my life has been super stressful just because it's a lot busier than it normally is. When I've been saying this out loud a lot more often, and I'm I was telling this to Allie, and I was I'm so stressed, and this girl's got 80 things going on, and I'm I go to school, and then I go to practice, and then I go home, where she has school, babysitting, work, all hours of the day. Yeah. And I'm when I actually think about it, it's not that much. I just am so used to not doing anything that as soon as I add something else to my schedule, I'm whoa, this is a lot.
No, it's still a lot. It's just
just people can handle different amounts, and I can handle not a lot. So I think this is helpful just as a reminder to be you have the strength and the dignity to get through the day, so that if anything comes in the future, you can just laugh at it. Just be this is something small, I shouldn't be bothered by it. I can, or if something comes up and you feel you're not strong enough to get through it, know that you are clothed with strength, and that you can just not take the other days as seriously. That's what I would say.
Yeah, no, that was good. So to know the fact that God is going to be with you for your whole future and for forever, that gives you the strength and dignity to laugh off like every coming day because God, you know, God is going to be with you. So I think for me personally, that helps me get through my week, even if it's stressful, even if I have a lot to do, knowing God is going to be there every day. That gives me the strength and dignity I need to like move forward every day. So yeah,
I agree. For our Bible study, we decided to do is it just is that what the whole is there multiple days of this or was it just this day?
I don't know.
Anyways, what we did our Bible study on was like the Beatitudes. Did I say that right? Yeah, the Beatitudes. And it was found in Matthew 5 verse 3 through 12. And it was there was 10, no. There's 12 verses. Nope. There was what's 12 minus 3? 9. There were 9 like verses in Beatitudes total. So I'll just read through like what they were, like what I summarized them as, and then we can like do a overall summarize, or I can go through it one by one.
Whatever you're feeling today.
Oh well, we got. I'll do one by one.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, that might take. Okay, we'll just see how it goes. Okay, so the first one was in verse 3, and it said, "Poor in spirit, theirs is the kingdom." This one took us forever to figure out. So like we had to look up a few like devotional websites that like helped us like understand more what the passage was saying, which I think really helps because I don't want to just like read a verse and guess like what it is and then be wrong and then
Yeah, you want to fully understand it.
So I think those websites really helped. But some of the one of the points that like stood out to me was oh, there must be emptiness before there can be fullness. So like there might be like poorness or like weakness before there can be strength in something. So I thought that was really cool how it's just like there must be emptiness in someone's life before they can have fullness. Like you can't just have fullness all the time. So that point like really stuck out to me during that verse.
I'll do the next one in a second.
Say, do you want to do verse 4?
I could get my thing open. Okay.
I almost just spilled my drink.
This is my journal. It's supposed to be for school, but I decided to do Bible study in it. Okay.
Hers came with stickers.
Sorry.
Mine didn't. It's okay. I still like mine.
You have the verse written down because I don't.
Blessed are those who mourn; they will be comforted.
Okay. So we found out like mourn is also like meaning no hope. Like people who don't have no don't have
no hope.
don't have any hope. What was the second part?
They will be comforted.
They will be comforted. Okay. So some things I wrote down about that one is you have to use that mourning process to seek God and let him deliver you from the sin. Because not all mourning is a sin, but
no, not all mourning is death. Is that how you gonna say it? Okay, sorry, continue and I'll say what else.
Oh. Okay. I'm just gonna move
Ignore
on,
that.
I don't know if
well, I was gonna say like when I think of mourning, I think of like someone dying. So not all mourning is dying. It can also mean like mourning your sin.
Oh.
That's how I was gonna word it. What were you gonna say?
I think that's what I meant.
I think that's what you meant. That's why I corrected you.
Okay.
But you said it back. Okay.
Okay.
Communication.
Okay. And another point I got is comforted by the discovery of God's pardon. Because we know that God will forgive us for our sins, so we can be comforted by that fact. Oh, mourning can be a sin. Can be over a sin. That's it! I forgot to write the word over, so like I put an arrow with the word over, so like I skipped over it. That's why. Okay. Moving on. Go ahead, Madeline.
Okay. Verse 5. Blessed are the meek, they will inherit the earth. So this one was basically just saying like blessed are those who don't cheat to succeed in the world, so like not trying to do something to get ahead.
Not trying to cut corners.
Yes. Okay. Also it says the meek not only will find joy. Oh nope. See, I wrote fine and I crossed it out, but I still read it. Okay. The meek not only enjoy more on earth, but they will also enjoy earth after Jesus returns. So I was just like, the people who are meek and like not boastful about what they have enjoy more. Like they don't feel like they need anything else in their life. Like they don't, like they're comfortable where they're at and they like can be satisfied through what Christ has given us. So that was just to see that like the meek will be able to enjoy life on earth, but also like once Jesus comes. And then to add to that, it just said like the
Oh, it's hungry.
this is why we what?
It's like McDonald's.
This is why we never presented in front of class.
Oh my. We can get into that later with our high school.
Yeah. Okay. The last one I had was the meek are content. They're just content with what they have.
Okay, can you read the next verse if you have it written?
Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness.
That's it?
No, we were just talking about McDonald's, and I was about to drink my coffee.
No one's gonna learn anything.
No, they're not. Okay, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness; they will be filled.
Okay. Hunger and thirst for righteousness, like another definition I put, is want justice, mercy, kindness, and truth, which is something we should all strive for in this world. Be kind to everybody, treat people fairly, have mercy, always tell the truth. Yeah. Okay. And so like an example I talked about with Maddie for this one is sometimes at work when I get really upset with a kid or a kid gets upset with me, just vice versa, and we're both having a bad day with each other. And then I take some of that anger out on someone else if they ask me. Not really anger, just like I'm not giving my all to that person and like
Annoyance.
yeah, like
I get
attention.
annoyed.
Yeah.
Those children.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard. So I think for me, just keeping in mind that every kid is different and you gotta treat every kid fairly, even if you're upset about a different kid or some kid did something to upset you or I did something to upset them. Just trying to keep everything fair. So that was the example I gave to go along with that one.
Okay, verse 7, blessed are the merciful, they will be shown mercy. This one we felt like was pretty self-explanatory, just because like if you're merciful, you will be blessed with mercy. So I wrote down, if you show mercy, you will see it happen in return, and then assume the best in people and seek to understand. I underlined these ones. Like I didn't underline any of my other notes, but I underlined these two because it just hit me because I don't always assume the best in people and I don't try and understand other people's point of views. So I really tried to have that one stick out to me because I struggle with it the most. Um just when it says assume the best. Like when I first see someone or hear about a situation, I will most likely agree with the negative part of that and not try and find the positive in that situation or seek another reason as to why they would do that. So I'm not just assuming the worst of them. And then the other one, the seek to understand. I always think I'm right, and Jenna can agree to that. But so just being able to humble myself and seek to hear what other people have to say and try and understand that side instead of just thinking mine is always right. So that verse 7 was, you might think it was like straight to the point, but that one hit. Like
And
when in that research, I was like, sheesh.
yeah, to add on to that, I am not eager to condemn because I feel like it's so easy to point out other people's mistakes. And when you're making the same mistakes, you just don't realize it. So just realizing that everyone makes mistakes and you're probably making same mistakes or worse mistakes or like you're it's so easy to point out others' wrongdoings when you're doing the same thing. So just keep in mind that. Because I know we all struggle with it.
Oh yeah. Verse 8, blessed are the pure in heart, they will see God.
Oh my word. I this is kind of funny. So I'm not trying to call them out, but my aunts will sometimes let a cuss word slip here and then, and they try not to do it around me because they know I don't like it. But like I never yell at them for it. They're just doing it out of respect for me, which I appreciate because that's good. But they're just like, you're innocent. your innocent ears can't hear all this and whatnot, which is fine. That's just what it reminds me of. It's just a funny story.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, pure in heart, not condemned by the world, choose to see good and right. Um, and kind of the research we found on this, it's is that it's easier to understand God if you're not corrupted by the world, because the world feeds a lot of stuff to us, good and bad. But if you try to focus on the good, it's easier to see God. And then another thing I had is there is always beauty and goodness in the world, even if it's not always clear. Like you could look outside right now, the grass, trees, no trees, but
I'm like, what are you seeing
no one could ever
outside?
TP us because we don't have
I know you
trees.
just have bushes.
Yeah, but there's the sky, like literally anything. There's so much beauty in the world,
I
and
think something, speaking of beauty in the world and outside, I feel like something I've come to really appreciate is just clouds.
yeah,
Like clouds are so cool
they're
when
so
you think
cool.
about it. Like they're kind of all over the sky right now, so there's not much like definition. But on the way here and earlier in the week, I was driving and there's just like you can see the sun like coming through the gaps of the clouds and the clouds shape and like definition. And I'm like,
It's just
it's so
amazing.
cool.
Yeah, you can
And it's
literally
like the
find beauty
smallest
everywhere.
things that I like don't like, and I'm really bad at this, and I really need to stop being on my phone as much as I am because I'm like on days where it's nice out, I should be outside. Just like I don't want to waste, like I can be inside on a cold winter day because to me like that's kind of miserable to be outside. But as soon as this nice weather hits, I should be taking advantage of that and not missing out on like God's creation and God's glory through that.
Yeah. So like even if you're going through dark patch in your life, step outside. Appreciate God's beauty because it's there. And you don't have to look very hard for it, even if it's not always that clear. Okay, there's mine.
Dang, I'm getting stuck with the ones that are calling me out. Okay. Which we just talked, our like theme in Fifth Kids today is peace. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I think that's fine.
Okay. Um so this one says blessed are peacemakers, they will be called children of God. I had down seek reconciliation between friends and neighbors and then with God and man. Um yeah, that's I mean what I had. I don't really know what else to add to
That's all
that.
I
But
have
like
too.
I think if there's like tension between friends or family, just to keep seeking to fix that and reconcile it. Um I can think of like a certain situation in my family right now where I feel like there's a lot of tension between some family members and just like those of us who keep trying to like reach out and seek that person to like try and bridge that gap and just trying to keep reaching out and reconcile what we've lost, which is a lot harder than it seems. Like cuz it's not always easy on both sides. So just that and thinking about that and trying to not give up and keep going after that to make peace. And then the last one I had was even if you fail to make peace, it is still the work of God. So like even if you're trying and it doesn't work, you're still trying and like you're
Yeah.
trying to be the love of God and show what God would have done for us. So like don't let it fail break you down because it's really like a blessing in God's eyes to see you doing that and trying to do what he's asked us to do.
Yeah. I like that one. That's a good one. Okay. You want to read verse 10?
Yeah. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness, theirs is the kingdom of God.
So for this, I put push through some suffering, bear shame in order to pursue the kingdom of God. So many people in the Bible were persecuted for believing God, preaching God's word, and we shouldn't be afraid to face the same persecution because we are doing it for God and for the kingdom of God. And as I had loyal to the kingdom of heaven are blessed by being bound more closely. Loyal to the kingdom of heaven are blessed by being bound more closely. That sounded weird in my head. Okay. Yeah, just be loyal to God. He has done so much for you. So sometimes it's difficult, and sometimes I know in previous workplaces I've had comments made to me about being a Christian, and it can be hard, but ultimately I should be sticking up for my faith and what I believe because it's important to me. At that time, I didn't realize that, but now I know what I should have done, And yeah.
Sorry, I clicked my microphone at the end of that.
My stomach hurts.
Yeah, because you had coffee before I brought you coffee.
I've had 3 cups of coffee today. I had 1 this morning in my hands. Then I got Dunkin' for church. And then...
Oh my word, guys.
Don't!
No, I
don't! No! No! No!
I have to. Okay, Jenna.
My parents don't know.
They don't listen to this. Okay,
So
so Jenna
embarrassing.
this morning, she asked me if I want to go to church with her this morning, and I was like, no, I can't. Like, I have to serve at my church. So I got here and she told me she got to church, sat in the parking lot, and watched church online. So like she was physically there in the church parking lot and just didn't go in. Which honestly, I probably wouldn't have either. But you should have just stayed home and watched it. I don't know, unless like your parents check your location. But
No,
you don't
they
have
didn't.
that.
So there's a couple reasons why I did that. So I unexpectedly spent the night at my aunt's house last night. And so the clothes I wore, like the only clothes I had were the same clothes I wore yesterday. So I didn't want to wear the same outfit twice in a row. And, like people see me. And I got there at like 10:59 and I was too embarrassed to walk in that late for church because if you know me, I get to stuff early. This morning I did not. Well, I was still a bit early, but I was too scared to walk into church, so
I just thought that's
why.
When she told me, I'm like, no way you did that.
So like,
but I mean, it makes sense. I probably would have done the same thing.
I just watched it on my phone in the car.
And what, did you like leave the parking lot when everyone else was, or did you leave early?
No, I left like at the end of the last song. So
okay.
The cop was patrolling the parking lot, so I was scared he's gonna like come up and say something to me. But he didn't.
That was nice. Okay. Verse 11, you will be blessed for the persecution towards God. I only had 1 point for this one, but don't be afraid of persecution. So even like if you're trying to spread God's word and you get persecuted for it, that's still a blessing to God, because you were attempting and you were trying and you were doing what he's asked, which is what I said in the last one. But when there's repetition in the Bible or at all, they want you to know it.
The next one's repetitive too.
Yes, it is.
You gotta read it, because
I mean, I only have one thing. So
do you have the verse?
Yeah, I think that's the verse. Rejoice and be glad for the reward. I feel like I always say reward weird. Okay. Rejoice and be glad, for the reward is great in heaven.
And I think the second part of that verse was like, the people before you gain the reward in heaven. Something like
maybe.
that. Because I have the people before you were persecuted and gained their reward in heaven. So it shouldn't be a problem for us to be persecuted and also gain our reward in heaven. And I also have don't be afraid of being persecuted, which is what we've talked about for the past 3. So yeah.
And then I just finish it with like, I want to try and finish them with like a one-liner or like a word or a quote that like I felt like kind of summarized it so I could stick with it. So the one I did was, I am so blessed. Just because it always said blessed, or well, I shouldn't have put I'm so blessed, because I don't feel like I've like done these things yet, because it always says blessed are the blank, for they do blank or whatever. But that's what I put, just because it was mentioned a lot. And then one of Jenna's stickers I put was do your best. So just like when it said about the persecution, just like doing your best no matter what the outcome is.
I put don't forget. So yeah.
Okay.
We still haven't done the intro, so we're gonna do that real quick.
Real talk. Real talk. We gotta find that clip so we can listen to it.
Yeah. We do. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys! I have
next thing up on the release.
Interview tomorrow.
Guys.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know if we've talked about this.
Wow!
I am so excited because Jenna since she's school, didn't want to be a camp counselor this year
Oh, I have
because
school in the summer. That's
yeah,
why.
because it was too much of a commitment, and too time consuming for what she would like to do. But she's applying to be the lifeguard there so that she can still come and hang out, be able to be flexible.
Yeah, the lifeguard position's more part time, so I still have time to do school. If I was a counselor, there ain't no way I could get any school done
That's
with
true.
how many
It's
commitments there
actually
are.
so much work.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot. Guys, if you didn't listen to our camp counselor
It's a lot.
episode,
You should.
you would know how much work it is.
It's
Like rewarding, but it's a big commitment.
nonstop. Like you're exhausted.
Yeah.
You have to be at breakfast at what, 7:15?
Yeah, and that's why we spent all our money on Starbucks over the summer.
Why?
We couldn't stay awake.
Oh.
That's why I did.
Yeah, that's why you did. I drink it for the taste. But it's just, yeah. But I'm excited. I'm nervous because I feel like I won't, like, some kids will run up to me and like know me, and I might recognize them, but I feel like I'm gonna forget their names. And I always feel so bad because like I want to be that person that like knows their names. And if they run up to me and they're like, "Hey, Miss Maddie" or whatever, and I'm like, "Hey, like, how are you?" And I have no idea who they are.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
gonna
don't
suck.
ask because I feel like they're gonna.
I won't
bad.
be like, "Who?" No, I'll just try and
catch on to it.
So, anyways, I'm excited. And then Jenna is trying to get her cousin to do it with her so that she gets
company.
Company.
I told her we would have to make a banger playlist.
You guys can do that.
The rights. But yeah, I'm excited. Should be fun. And lifeguarding is a job I've always wanted to have.
That's what she was even looking into at the beginning when we first started applying.
Yeah.
So.
But I have to do the training, like the CPR certification, because mine expired. So I have to do that again. But yeah.
And I don't even know if you'll have to work all the time. Like, you might get some days off because I feel like not all the lifeguards were there every day.
Yeah.
They were for the most part.
I would like to work every day.
Yeah.
Though.
Maybe we'll talk about that in the interview.
And if me and Grace both go together, then it might be difficult if she works a day and I don't. But, yeah, I'm excited. I'm not really nervous though, because I feel like I've done so many interviews. There was a point in my life where I was doing so many interviews that I would walk in, get it done in 20 minutes, and walk right out, and I wouldn't even like take a second to think about the questions. Like it was so easy for me to do. I would just do it. Now it's like they're a little more spread apart since I've done.
You're not getting as many.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. But I feel like the questions can't be that hard.
I've only interviewed for 2 jobs.
That's
and
crazy.
I've been a part of like 4 or 5. Just because a lot have been through like connections or just like, yeah, sure. But I interviewed for the splash pad and then the job I'm at now. That was it.
Wow. I feel like I've done like 10 interviews.
I know you have. You've done so many.
Some of them have been like 10 minutes. The others have been like, I think I was in one where it was like an hour.
What do you talk about for an hour?
I don't know. Yeah. But it's over the phone, so I'm excited about that because I don't want to drive 40 minutes for an interview that could take 20 and then drive all the way back.
That's true.
So phone interviews are very nice.
Oh, wait, you're doing it on the phone? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't process that.
Okay.
Do I look like I have no lower half of my body?
A little bit.
I mean, not from your angle.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I don't really want to talk about my life.
Actually, well, I have something. One of my favorite memories from high school. Oh wait, I skipped it. She was talking about she didn't want to talk about her birthday weekend, but it was her birthday. Thursday. We got canes and then went to a worship night, and then took pictures in a really sketchy parking lot. There was a house that like started squeaking.
Yeah, it was
and
scary.
It was actually terrifying.
So we moved parking lots
to a school parking lot.
But yeah, I feel like people can relate to this. I get so much anxiety on my birthday, and I will say it used to be a lot worse in high school when I'd have my birthday in high school because everyone saying happy birthday to me like stressed me out, and like teachers saying it and just because
of the attention.
Yeah, like the whole day just stressed me out, and there was just so many thoughts going on in my mind, and I feel like people can relate to that. That's why I'm saying that it's okay to be anxious on your birthday. But this year, I slept minimally, like 3 days up until my birthday, and then I was fine. The whole day I was fine. But like I was anxious for like leading up to it. And the day wasn't that bad. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna talk about our high school experience.
Okay, one of my favorite memories is just when my brother was doing wrestling. I didn't do anything in the winter, so I had like a gap from. Well, this happened more than the winter, but I had a gap from like 3 to 5:30 every day. So I'd mainly just come home with Jenna. But one of my favorite things, because we laughed all the time, was when neither one of us could drive, and her brother was always driving us.
Oh,
And we'd talk about how we'd want Duncan.
oh my goodness.
So she would have to ask him. It would be so awkward. We're both in the back, like
So bad.
trying not to talk. I'm like on my phone, and he's just like driving in the front seat. And Jonathan's like, "Hey, Joey, can you stop at Duncan?" And he would be like either so pissed or like completely fine with it.
No, he'd say
But it's
no,
actually
and then
so
I'd
funny.
have to text my mom, be like, tell Joey to take us to Duncan. And then he'd receive that text from my mom, and then he would have to take us to Duncan.
And we just do that like all the time, and
All
we
the
come
time.
back and we watch a show, and it was just like
And
we
eat
almost got
pizza.
yeah. And
Love Island and pizza.
yeah,
And Duncan.
and potato bite thingies.
Yeah.
Aw,
Potato
see, that's
skins.
why it was such a good
Yeah.
because we literally just had a routine of like Dunkin' and McDonald's or like Dunkin' and pizza and
Which
potato
is
skins.
so unhealthy.
But we were living life. It was
Yeah.
great.
I feel bad for your mom having to
Yeah.
pick you up every day though.
Yeah. I was here
All
the
the
time.
time.
All the time.
Stop!
Why was it so in sync? All the time. All the time. I gotta watch that back. That was funny.
So much. Like
I was here a lot.
So much. It's crazy how I'm surprised you were allowed to come that much.
Can we play a Monopoly deal after this?
Sure.
I haven't played it so
whatever you
long.
want.
I don't want to go to the gym.
We have to. I haven't been in so long.
Jenna, I haven't been longer than you.
Yeah,
so I should go. I don't like it.
It's okay. Maybe we don't have to because my dad's making me go out for my birthday.
That's true. I should tell him to go out soon so I don't have to work.
You can come with if you want.
Where are you guys going?
I don't know yet. I get to pick.
I don't want to crash the family awkwardness.
No, please do. Because I don't want to go.
Another one of my favorite trips was when we go to Florida. Like we left school to go to Florida one time. That wasn't spring break. It was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think of my favorite high school memories.
Photography. That was fun.
That was crazy.
I wish I would have paid attention in that class.
Yeah.
Honestly, we should retake it.
I did so bad in that class because I did pay attention.
I think it's just because we didn't pay attention. I think if we would have paid attention, it would have been so much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
And actually, like, gotten good cameras. Because, like, did you rent?
No.
Or did you borrow? Because, like, I just used my mom's crappy.
I just used
my mom's crappy camera, and it just like wasn't it. Yeah. Like my sister, she borrowed one, and it was so much better.
But I didn't like editing them. Like there were so many different tools you had to use to edit, and I didn't like that.
That's true.
I liked
plays and musicals. Those were good.
The psychology presentations.
Oh my. Okay, those made presenting not that bad though.
Yeah. But I wish I would have took that freshman year because I feel like I would have been much more comfortable presenting.
That too. But also this class had like 0 boys. So that also helped. And there was like what, 12 of us, maybe?
Yeah.
Less than that. So that was also nice just to be able to do it in a smaller group.
I remember sophomore year I did a history presentation and Audrey was in my group and we just giggled the entire time.
I did that when me and this one kid, I won't say names, but we were doing.
Was it in English?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it was so bad, and it was because I'm like cringing. It was so bad. Well, I think I would always think he was super funny. Just I don't know why. Like we always sat by each other and we'd laugh about random stuff. But we were doing
English presentations
my
are so hard.
English presentations were the worst, and we had the worst class.
Yeah.
Because they're
Yeah.
it was oh my word. English presentations were the worst.
Yeah.
Anyways, we were doing it, and like he said something really wrong, and I was already like laughing before I got up there, and I like did a laugh, but it was like dead silent, and it was like nothing came. It was just like a I don't even know, like no air came out of me, so it was just a really weird laugh, and it was really embarrassing because like every, he like looked over and he's like, "What?" Like mid presentation,
Yeah.
I'm like, "Keep going." It
Yeah.
was so embarrassing.
English presentations were it was just the worst
because
class.
you didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah.
And no one in that class, which you should be completely fine because no one in the class is paying attention.
Yeah.
But it was still so.
I remember one time we had to do a debate.
I think this is the issue with our things. I'm yelling constantly, and you're like, "Yeah, we had to do this thing with our debate." And I'm like, "This is why."
Okay,
the
I'll talk louder.
Audio is so bad.
We had to do a debate in English. And
No, you just used more breath. You didn't talk louder. You were just like,
were you in my
"We
group?"
had to or what?
The debate. I feel like me and you did that.
Yeah, and you didn't show up. I feel like you didn't show up for a few of those.
No, I did because I remember it.
Yeah, did we do it? Yeah.
Did
It was either you and me or me and Brenna. I don't know.
I think me and Maddie did our opening statement, which was probably the easiest part of the debate, and I knew it was going to be the easiest
And then
part,
we
so
still-
that's why I picked it. But then, like, I feel like our whole group just wasn't prepared, and like you had to like fight back from the other team.
I
It was
think
just
that
like
was the
hard.
issue. Like,
Yeah.
we only prepared for what we thought we had to do, but then like he would ask follow-up questions, or we even had to write down a new thing.
Yeah.
The rebuttal was the hardest because we couldn't prepare that one.
Yeah.
So then it was in our group didn't.
It was just a bad presentation.
We didn't have a great class.
But I feel like everyone did bad,
Academic.
so
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
I hated English. I fell asleep during a lot of it too. Maybe
Yeah,
that's why.
English was so I sat right in the front.
Yeah,
every
you
single
did.
time.
Every time we moved seats, you were in the front.
So annoying.
I was in the back and then the corner, I think.
Yeah, I feel like
Ugh.
every seat change I made it to the front somehow.
Worst class.
We should talk about
ever.
stats.
Why did we do that? Okay, so we had like a free period, or we had to fill in our period with something. We didn't have to take a math class because we had all of our credits, and we were in a digital.
Pause. She's saying we because we take the same classes. We try to get our schedules to line up.
I think senior year were all our classes the same.
Yeah, I think
No, because
everyone but one.
Which one?
You had gym or something, and
I had advanced
design.
gym. Yep.
Yeah, that's why she's saying we.
Anyways,
Because we made decisions
we
together
had the
about
exact same
classes.
classes. Okay, so we were in business management, and then my brother said like second semester started to get really hard, and after the first day, like neither of us
It was
really
just boring.
Yeah, and we didn't really know anyone in that class. So then our friend Kate was like, "Hey, you guys should come to stats." I'm like, "Oh, is it easy?"
Stats sounds fun.
Yeah, she was like,
I miss math.
right now it is. I know. We did in the moment.
Yeah.
And then we joined, and it was so bad. I didn't do like any assignment, and it was always so late. And he was always the most patient. He was so kind with it, and I was like, I feel so bad because I'm throwing you under the bus by not doing any of your assignments. But
yeah, it was.
Some of them were easy, and some of them, I think it was just all of our answers had to be worded.
Words.
Yeah, it was just it. I think I had like algebra. I don't like story problems and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because I'm not a very good comprehender.
Yeah, I liked it. It's just some points it was very.
And our class
difficult.
sucked.
Yeah, but yeah, it wasn't horrible for me. Interior design was pretty rough for me actually, and I thought I'd do okay. Like, I'm not good with measurements. Like, measuring it out on the grid sheets, I was just never good at that.
Yeah.
But
Ben's gym wasn't bad.
Ceramics was fun.
Ceramics was fun.
At the end, like sitting outside and doing our sketches.
Oh,
I
that was when we
enjoyed
when we carved.
Yeah.
Ceramics was such like kind of a stress reliever.
And it was just senior year, and everything was just so chill, and we could like
and we were with
meet
our friends
yeah, from other classes as well, and just all sit together. It was so fun.
It was so much.
Okay, hurry up.
Anywho, we got to go outside and do it with a lot of friends and relax. Yeah. favorite hot lunch was Panda Express. That's where I became addicted. Was through hot lunch. I tried it one time and I was like, "This stuff is the best stuff ever."
Yeah,
That was amazing. The hot lunches were not bad.
No, I feel like
the lines were just forever, and people cut.
Yeah, it was annoying.
And it was so annoying. Like they're like, "I have to go," or "I'm just getting milk," and then they cut the line.
And then people are so backhanded. They're like, "I would never cut." Like they would yell at other people for cutting, and then the next day they're cutting. It's just like
it's ridiculous.
frustrating.
And it was so frustrating because normally it was like freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors for lines, but they decided to put the biggest class with us seniors, so our line was always the longest, and the freshman junior line was like always moving quickly and was really short, but our line took forever.
I feel like senior year was just really fun. Like you should look forward to your senior year because it's a lot more relaxed.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed it more than any other year. But yeah, it was really fun. Well, senior year was fun. Yeah. Freshman and sophomore year were rough for me, but
yeah,
junior and senior year got better.
I think my least favorite year was junior year. Really? The rest were fine. I really liked sophomore year and senior year.
I don't remember.
That's true. I don't really remember either, but
yeah.
What else? Kind of it. High school. Jenna got pulled over a lot.
No, I did not.
More than I did. I didn't. Well, I've only gotten pulled over once, but I felt like sometimes he would call me and be like, "Oh, I got pulled over," or "I slept in," or
remember that dog.
The dog. I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh my!
I was literally thinking about that story as I was driving here. I was looking in the field looking for a dog. Do
you think I have time to say it, or should I just say that?
No.
But I'm out of storage, so we have to go. So thanks for joining. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.